Just want to welcome everybody to Rises here in the GLook Corral. And this is our Wednesday podcast, and everything's going well. Getting some letters and some feedback and all that good stuff. And just here, I'm GLook, and that's the conscientiousness consultant. That was it? Consciousness
We're gonna get
consultant.
it.
That's
We're
the
gonna get it by.
consciousness consultant.
Yeah,
And
there we
yeah,
go. Yeah.
yeah. Y'all can just call him just the black motherfucker that be talking on the show. You can call him that. But
Yeah, that'll work.
yeah,
That'll
the
work for right now.
young nigga,
Yeah,
the
to further
millennial,
notice.
yeah, the spiritualist, the guru, the lost was now found, and I'm the old man, the relic, GLook, uh, Pepsi generation, what are we, baby boomer,
Yeah, baby boom.
whatever you want to call it. But first and foremost, just give some shout outs to Cinch Riders, Cowgirls of Color, the Cowgirl crew out in Norco. They have a beautiful clothesline with some hoodies and stuff. So that may be popping up. Depends on what we do in post. I was clean on the little New Year's celebration show. Right now, that picture should be popping up. And that's me, what you see right there. How you doing over there, brother man?
I'm good. I'm
You,
good, man. I'm good. We on a nice day, like you said, nice full day. Just absorbing life today, and just kind of got some downloads for the podcast today, and a little topic that I think will be vibrant and good for us to talk about for everybody watching. You know what I mean?
that's
Uh,
good. That's
Kind of
good.
had some on my heart. I was feeling faith. Was feeling faith. The word faith, what that means to people. I know that's a different dynamic for different beings,
Yeah.
but just I know it points at something for most people. I think most people can kind of have some kind of it's in their wheelhouse in some way, some
Faith.
form or fashion. Yeah, faith. And I think it's one of those terms for people that is something that is one of the highest hopes that people feel like they want and can have, but it's also one of the most difficult things to keep, because faith in its very nature is pointing at something that is unseen or something that hasn't happened yet, or believing or having a knowing of something that may not be manifested. When I say manifested, I mean in physical reform yet or in your experience right away,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And
ye of little faith. Like and subscribe, you guys. I just want to
right,
say that
right.
before we get going. And there's the Cash App down there. Go ahead and, you know, hey, we've been getting some donations. Hey, them $5 work. Don't be shame, y'all. This shit don't just happen. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
thank y'all
saying?
for the yeah, yeah.
We want to
Yeah,
thank you
thanks for
guys
the
too.
donations and everything,
Hmm.
y'all. This is
Yeah, send your
yeah,
questions and comments in,
yeah.
and we'll hit it. I didn't mean to cut you off there. That kind of just, but I need to get that business out the way before we got deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Just loving everybody,
Yeah,
the
no,
response and
no, it's all
everything.
good.
Hmm. Yeah, your head is looking
Yeah, yeah, no, that's part of
extremely puffy today, and really round and full today. Like happy, like you had a good meal or some shit today. So point point out to the people
yeah,
that I am
yeah,
noticing that it's just like they noticing it. Yeah.
yeah. It's fat Buddha day.
Okay.
Fat Buddha.
That's right. That's right. They ain't seen your six pack though. I mean, you ain't got that Buddha stomach though. Yeah. Yeah. That part. No, but go
Yeah,
ahead, bro. I
no,
mean,
that's
that
good
faith is a
shit.
good one. Faith is a good one. Go ahead. I want you to continue on. Just a slight definition of what faith is, as far as from your perspective.
Yeah, yeah. So, we talking about um I feel like it's the essence of what actually people live off of. Just to start truly, I feel like, you know, even if we just go down just to if we wasn't even doing nothing spiritual and seeing just in the physical world, I feel like everybody's life is based off of hope and faith and love in some way,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so let's just break it down. If you want to start a business, um, before it's manifested, meaning before it's here, before you have your business, it's in your head, it's in your mind, right?
Right.
and then it pours through you, and then uh, that you move naturally in this place to have that manifest, have that become a thing, and it becomes a thing. So
Right.
you have to have faith that it was like, so I know we talk about faith and it seems so abstract, but because there's like levels of faith, but it's not something that's so hyper spiritual. It's so funny. People had an idea for a building, and then they make a building, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Oh no, you can
like
go.
they,
No, no. I mean, you can go to McDonald's and order some food, and you just have faith that motherfuckers ain't been soaking their nuts in the fries, and that
right,
the soda ain't
right,
tainted, and the meat
right,
is actually a off from a cow. We operate in all kinds of programmed faith that ain't really it's like without even doing it, becomes innate to believe, because you don't want to not believe that. To believe in faith, you have to also believe in faithlessness.
right, right, right,
For somebody to
right,
be faithful, somebody got to be unfaithful for faithful to even mean anything. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Yeah, so we do
right.
operate in faith every day. We walk on this ground like our feet ain't gonna go be through it, through the molecules, you know, all kinds of shit.
Right,
I'm
right,
ye of
right,
little faith, just so you know that. You know, the things I have faith in is the thing that count, but everything else, I have no faith in the integrity of man,
right,
none of that type of shit. That love is real. Uh, very little bit faith. I'm an old faithless man when it comes to a lot of things, but I just move in trust. I do trust, you know, a lot of
hmm
shit, but
hmm
yeah, I'm not no faith. I
No,
don't.
that's and
Yeah.
that's I love that. I love you. That's what I want to talk about. I
Uh huh.
feel like you know, um, it's one of those things that I think that people tussle with, and that's one of the main aspects of our lack of peace or happiness or like understanding in this place not is not correlating faith to all things or not correlated to things in every situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, like I said, we live in it already, but then been able to understand um, that the unseen world is birthing into the seen world, and the unseen world starts from um, the consciousnesses of faith and hope and love and these things that birth in you that vibrate your inner world that permeate it. Like you said, if you made a business, you made GLook, that was in you,
Right.
and then faith and love and hope and all that stuff nurtured it. People always talk about the outside work of things, but that's birthed from something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't even do nothing without that, right?
Right.
So just understanding, like I said, all the greats always talked about it, our brothers like Jesus and all the other uh, great high beings. I can name some that are my favorites, Muji and Buddha and Osho and a few other beings like that. But they say it in different ways or whatever. But basically, I was saying that faith has been on my heart the last couple of days, and I feel like it's something that um, our being is rooted in, and we have faith that we walk on this ground and we're not going to fall through this ground. We feel like we know that because of evidence of it. But faith is having a knowing before the evidence is there, because there's a higher evidence within you, right? It's a spirit, and our spirit is like edifying what our faith is in,
Right.
and that's what I love, because before we see the thing, or before the thing is happening in what we would call physical reality, we know that it's there in us,
Right.
right? And
Right.
so
Mm-hmm.
so that right there in itself is glorious in itself, as far as how we are wired for the unseen. And so I'm really talking like this because I want to encourage and edify and point at the spiritual power within us and what we really live off of in this place.
So if
Is
you
those
witness
unseen things.
if you witness acts of faith, does that increase your faith, or do you have to roll through it yourself?
Well, from I mean, in my perspective, if you have faith and then you see something happen, then it increases your faith. But I also know that if your spirit is not correlating that, then you might not see it as that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
say for instance, say you want to start a business, and then the business starts later after you had it in your mind, if during the process and the whole now before it's happening and the now when it's happening and now after it happened, if you're not correlating that, wow, this came from a spirit within me and then now it's here,
Yeah.
then your faith may not be increased in that way because you may not be seeing it for what it is.
Mm.
And so for me, I feel like it does increase your faith when you see things for what they are. And that's what I'm really that's really what I'm doing right now is I'm speaking on that. Just wanting everyone to see the spirituality behind everything and the unseen behind everything so that they can understand that everything comes from the unseen and the faith and the consciousness and the inspiration behind things. The inspiration is godly, is spiritual, and our faith, as we become and know ourselves more and have more stillness and meditative within ourselves, we can understand our faith in certain things that we know we're here to do or be, and we can enjoy our experience more higher because you're so faithful in knowing that what it is and what you are and what you're here to do or what it is that you're it's propelling you in inspiration along your life.
Well,
You
yeah. I
know what I
mean,
mean?
if you have a faith, so for instance, just for the layman, just for the average person, because this is for the kids. Let you guys know, Cowboy Nation, hit the like, hit
Mhm.
the subscribe, give us your comments and everything. But just for the layman, certain people have faith that if they drink their milk, say their prayers, treat people right, that good things will happen to them, and then they get a good job. They have faith that they could pay their bills, come home, have a warm meal, live a good life. One thing come in that and shakes that faith, or it doesn't go like they think that their faith. That's why I said the belief and the faith to me is two different things. Entrepreneurs, people of high beings live only on faith. You know,
Mhm.
won't really be having a lot of people in their mix. The Walt Disneys, the Bezoses, and is that his name? And all the top
Bezos.
achievers don't really have a lot of people around them that don't have faith in them because they already got the faith that what they set out to do is going to happen. So,
Right.
the faith being, like I said, the spiritual is your gasoline tank underneath you that's allowing you to do that. And then when you begin to manifest things based on your faith, you lose a lot of faithless people from around you
Right.
because they don't understand that. So if I'm
Right.
sitting on the toilet saying I'm gonna get in the Western lifestyle business 5 years ago, and then we make $89,000 last year just selling hats and throwing a couple of parties and shit, and this year we're on track to make about 290,000. I'm talking shit too. I want y'all to say, listen to that nigga talking his shit to your kids because we always showing them the negative or how you went to jail or how you failed or how you got on drugs or how we was shutting each other down. But you need to have heroes within your own, and I say heroes, people that have learned how to live on faith and operate in it unapologetically and lean on it in hard times. So this shit don't just happen because without works, faith is nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to act on your faith. You know, you got to go sleep in
Right.
that cave. Remember when we was at that place? And we was like, damn, if a lion was chasing us or a mountain lion came out these mountains, because we was up in CRC in Riverside, and we just imagined, and there's a little cave right there. It was a little like water drain. It looked like a cave. Without knowing what's in there, would we run up in there based on our faith? Would we have more faith in running into the dark abyss, or would we turn around and deal with the thing that was chasing us? And we were
Right.
kind of at a divide on how we would deal with that. So I guess
Right.
everybody moves how their faith leads them to move too.
Yeah, like I said, there's levels of faith and your or faith in what you're here to do and be, and degrees of that, and that's the beautiful part. And whatever it is for you, and whatever God is showing you, the source is showing you at that point is the faith part of it. But part of the joy is the faith, just seeing the faith and becoming the faith.
That's
You know what
right.
I mean?
That's
Just
right.
knowing that whatever it is you full. You know what I mean? That's really what I'm saying too, is because when you know that, then you living off that, and there's gonna be all the illusions of the dynamics of things that could seemingly come in the way of that, but they
Mm-hmm.
can't really though.
Yeah.
They only can in your mind if you really buy into the things that could take, so it's like,
You feel alone when
um,
you're fully faithful. You're alone. I don't know if that's true or not, but because the only thing I really have faith in is that I'm going to die, and I'm going to have some sort of reckoning with God or some sort of peace or rejection from God. I have faith in that. Anything that's not that, I don't. Yeah. No faith in no people, no man, no value of the dollar. Uh, the chemtrails going over the sky after it rain is for our good. I have no faith in the motherfuckers telling me that. Uh, I am a man of little faith if we talking about people, and the word is where I have faith that God is giving me the motor to see and take scales from my eyes to feel the presence of how I'm supposed to move here though. You know,
well, I think I
I
like
don't
what you're
know.
saying,
Mm-hmm.
but I think faith is more edified by if if you think that anything could stop what your faith is in, then you don't have faith.
That's that. Okay. There you go. There you
So
go.
all the other dynamics, they cool and stuff like that, identifying what part and roles people are playing,
Mm-hmm.
if they really are with you, all that kind of stuff, and that's cool. 'Cause that's a human mental projection of assessing the realm and who's really for you, who really love you, who don't, and what's gonna happen with this and all those things, and that's cool. But when you get to ultimate faith, you have faith that nothing can stop what your faith is in.
Yeah, and that would be because I've been in a lot of institutions. I've been in marriage. I've been in jail. I've been in the college. Been in football. I've been in
Hmm.
military. I've been around gang culture. I've been a coach. I've been a lot of like I say, marriage. I've been in a lot of institutions set up that has built on how you move, how you accelerate and enjoy that particular thing, and they've all pretty much shown me that if you put your faith into that man-made constructed situation, that may not. You can have faith that you'll get through it, but and what is getting through it? So I say all that to say the only thing I really know that God has delivered me out of danger is let me see people levitate. He's let me see things that are unseen and unknown here. That I have faith that there is something higher in the spiritual realm than what's couched here and how we move here. I do have faith in that by the evidence of seeing that. I'll tell you a funny story. They told me
Hmm.
when you touch a body that you get over your fear of bodies, of dead people. I don't like clowns and I don't like dead people and I don't like, shit like that. So my grandmother, she didn't like that
Right.
type of shit neither. So we used to talk about it. So when she got sick and got ready to die, I said, "You're not gonna come back and haunt me or nothing." And she promised that she wouldn't. But then I said, "Well, I'll go ahead and I don't know, touch. I'm gonna touch her body." She said, "Yeah, just touch my body." So she was in the mortuary over here in Inglewood. Me and my brother went to go touch her body and stuff, And they said when you touch it, you get over your fear. So we counting to three and staring to see if she breathing and all kinds of weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? On three, let's touch her. And then we keep backing out. And then finally, when we got ready to touch her, we said, on three, we're going to touch her. One, two, three. From the back of the room, somebody said, "Hey, what y'all doing?" It was my dad, right? So we run into each other like the motherfucking Three Stooges. Bam, bam. We go back, turn in a circle, run back into each other. We knocking flowers over, almost knocking the casket over and shit. All the strength out of my legs went away, and I'm running in the ground. I just know that I'm about to get my brain sucked out by all the zombies up in here and shit. So I had faith that if I touched the body, I could get over my fear. But I didn't really,
Uh,
take in the whole thing about being able to just go through with the act to get to that part. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't
right.
have a lot of belief in shit here because there's always a hurdle or a left turn going. But I do have faith that God will give us. That's why we're doing the podcast. That's why we helping people. We help the homeless. We do a lot of stuff. We clown. We get clean. We're building a great business. We're pouring out to people with this cream rises and all that. because we have faith that we're going to stand approved, and it's going to help us in our quest to not come back here. You know what I'm saying? And just to use ourselves as those vessels. And you are just being profound as you are, and doing those studies at a young age, and just being enlightened through your experiences. A lot of motherfuckers don't know, what you didn't just wake up and was just right there. You know what I'm saying? You've been around
Right.
Mormons, you've been around
Right.
cult churches, Crips, Bloods, all kinds of shit, football, everything. We didn't just wake up and say, "Hey, let's do a podcast," and just start talking shit to motherfuckers. You know, this is a fulfillment. So I just wanted to get clear. I'm gonna make a funny out of
Yeah.
it and kind of take us all, but it's always gonna go back to the truth. And to me, I'm glad you
Right.
brought up faith, because that leads to the truth. Where's your faith at? And I do have faith in that God
Yeah.
has shown me what faithlessness is, for sure.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And it says there's some absolutes in certain, like I said, I always I refer to any holy scripture that's pointing to what I call as God. It don't matter what religion or whatever, but obviously the Western world, Christianity is a lot of, one that we really relatively know. But it says it's one scripture say, without faith no one can please God, because you need faith to know that God exists.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
so it's crazy because, and I'm not just saying it, God, but that's anything, right? So if you're gonna let's make it like more practical. If you're gonna create a business, you gotta have faith that the business is gonna exist before it's even there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So when we talk about other things too,
That's
it's
why
like we
everybody
gotta
can't
have
do it.
faith, be
Mm-hmm.
assured, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have faith and be assured of what you know in this place. And I'm saying this because we all here to pour out something, or pour out what we are in our highest and truest way.
Right.
And I feel like, just to bring it, in an absolute way, is that we live lifetimes, and in a certain lifetime there's nothing that's stopping you from being your full expression of what you are here. And that
True.
don't and that's no respective of money or this. It's like, if money come, money go. Obviously, if whatever people think, your parent, anybody, like, I'm fully
Right.
going to pour out with my soul and my spirit and my heart. It is without any, it's like when you're a kid. That's why it says, to come to the kingdom of God, you got to be like a child.
Mm-hmm.
It mean what that mean is, you got to have a childlike heart. It doesn't mean that children are innocent the way we think. It's just meaning that their heart is available for their truth.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it means.
Mm-hmm.
When you're
Mm-hmm.
a child, you're available for your truth. You stop having that when people start telling you who you are and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They start saying, "This is who you are," and "You
Mm-hmm.
Greg, you G, you like
Mm-hmm.
this, and this is what you do. Don't do that. If you get on
Mm-hmm.
that table, get off that table.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that." Like, then you start being programmed. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about when we say you be like a child to come to God. It just mean be you. What's in your heart, be that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But because kids ain't scared of what you think about them, and they not
Mm-hmm.
scared of they gonna get hurt by somebody if they be what they are, if they love something. They
Mm-hmm.
not scared about protecting themselves because somebody could take what they believe in.
Right.
All the stuff that we do that take away our faith.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just believe. When you 6 years old, you like, "Nigga, Doc, I'm going to the," and I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to play with me, or they like, "You want to play with me or not?"
Right. I'm Superman. Yeah. You got a nigga uniform. He's
Right. They
Batman.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
The only
So
thing
it's a
that fuck
simple,
kids
it's a
up
simple thing.
the only thing fuck kids up is when parents is dysfunctional, they think it's their fault.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's the only thing with kids.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that starts at a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that starts at a certain age. Everybody's like that. Every being from the age of 0 to 13 or 12, everything that happens in their life, they typically is taken as their fault, because they're developing their human ego, their
Right.
human egoic nature, which meaning what you think you are in this place.
Now
So
when
it's
it
still very light.
but when it came to you and your sister, it was y'all's fault, because if I me and your mom was arguing, because if she say take y'all to school, and then I say these niggas ain't going to school, nigga, we going fishing today, we going to the movies, and then me and her would argue, that was y'all fault. You know.
Yeah, that was our fault. That was Kobe's fault. Kobe
Yeah.
Kobe didn't want to go. I was with the business.
Yeah. I'm like, man, you ain't get ready to program these kids to know shit, nigga. Today, yeah, I'll take them to school. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
life
you'll go, you
school.
got a test?
Yeah,
Used to go, you got a test or you got homework? And I'd
yeah,
be like, nah, we going fishing.
yeah. We're gonna go fishing. We're gonna go ride Butch. That was the horse we had then. We're gonna do something. Shoot some guns. Plant a worm farm. Go
Yeah,
buy some chickens. Go buy a pit bull. Something.
right. Right,
Yeah.
right.
I think kids need to see that
That's good
that
shit.
that pivot in parents, just for you parents out there and people going through stuff. First, forgive yourself and forgive your dad if you're already old enough to know that your dad and mom didn't know no better. So let that shit go so you don't die of brain stress or heart
Right,
attacks first. And then so that these young ones don't have to go
right.
through that, just let them know what it is. It's not their fault.
Yeah, so we so scared of what people think about us, of losing something, of getting hurt, of a girl not liking us or thinking that we something, or cheating on us, or conspiring, or take so that takes away our joy and our faith, our childlike faith, and our natural nature is that, and the
Right.
most holy things have that, and that's where we come back to ourselves through it when our life has happened and we've all been hurt and hurt people. We all done and things that we would think is despicable and things that have been despicable done to us because that's part of the human experience. But
Right.
then when we come to higher things, that we transcend that by loving and having faith and hope even in all that.
Right.
And knowing that regardless of that happen or not happen, that um we are we are we are becoming what our faith is by living in that light. And so one thing that I want to say is because you said something and I like that because I feel like a lot of people will have that. They like, well, what about the people that, you go on Instagram, you go on everybody talking about the rapper, everybody's like, nigga, dude, watch out for these niggas, they go come get you, boom, boom, boom. And
Right.
but when I'm not saying that you don't be wise according to what element you living in, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if people coming home with guns, I'm not saying don't be wise,
Right.
but I'm also saying don't let the place harden your heart and take your wonder and your faith in what the highest things that you know that is inside of you.
Right.
And whether they physical manifest in this place or they manifest after we leave this body in the most beautiful things and heavenly things as well, because the faith is not readily available in large amounts in this place.
Right. Oh.
Most
Mm.
people got to see something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most people got to see something or see somebody do something first, and then they go, okay,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Which is
Mm-hmm.
okay, but I'm just saying, like, if you got something in you that's like to burn to have that child like reckless abandon in what's inside of you, and know that God's going to have vibrate to you what's truly yours,
Right.
and take care of you according to what's necessary for you. Because if you start getting focused on the warring spirits and the spirit of that takes away from your faith and your hope and your love and wondering and caring about what people are trying to do to you and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying you don't have God's going to give you a natural wisdom and your discernment, but not to live off that, because that takes away your faith of
Yeah.
you being exactly what you are,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good words. That's
you
good
know? And
words.
so
That's
that's
good
kind of what I
words.
want to share.
No, that's good sharing, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, we hitting 30 minutes now, so I just want to hit them on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Wake up Wednesday with
Yeah.
cream rises. Everything gonna happen. The camera
Right.
gonna go out. All kind of shit. That means this is real. We not playing with y'all. We just coming from the dome. What's led
Yeah.
by the spirit. So I appreciate you on that one, G. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
again, if we're helping you in any kind of way, or you want some more enlightenment, you just hit G on. It should be on there. His Instagram, and if he does consultations and things like that, and then just support us too. Share what you're learning with your kids. Kind of readjust your heart and your mind. Hopefully, they'll be a little more exciting. Or we're gonna have other guests coming in. We got some other interviews lined up to as we get to 1,000 hits, we can go live with your comments and respond to you. So just hang in there with us as we build and as we grow. You know what I'm saying? And have a great Wednesday. G, anything you want to say in parting?
No, man, I think I pretty much downloaded what I was saying. I just want to say blessings to everybody. Love and light to everybody. I know I want to address something real quick too. I know when you're on your journey in the human experience, and just even if you're going into higher things, there is the shadow. You have to deal with your own darkness and stuff like that. Stay encouraged. Always look to the light and know that anything that's darkness is temporary, even if it seems all consuming. Just keep your faith, hope, and love with the beautiful jewels that God has given you in your life. And just know that it's part of the recipe for our glory. Want to encourage people with that because I know that might be happening for a lot of people right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's all love, man. At the end of the day, and the type of love we talking about is that love that God will have for us. What God's love is, He wants to see everything in its highest state possible.
Mm-hmm.
Not human love, higher than that, even though it can be in a human perspective, which we can have relationships and father and son and all those things, brother and sisters and friends and stuff, and it's beautiful. But you want everything to be in its highest light if you really love it. And so and that's a vibration and that's a presence. So yeah, man, just blessings on everybody. Um, from on high. Just grace and peace to everybody. Like I said, tap in. Just keep the faith. Just kind of keep diving into your faith and your prayer and your meditation and with those around you. And yeah, like I said, you can always hit me, the Consciousness Consultant, Instagram, private message, whatever you want to do. We can meet, link, keep it going. And then, like you said, Pops is that's the GLook, and you already know we on the GLook Corral. Cream Rises playlist. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, donate. I'm loving the donation so far. Blessings to everybody donate. I'm a firm knower and believer, not tit for tat type of thing, but I know that that type of energy when you coming from that space of love, that love is becomes who you are. It's not a karma thing where it's like, oh, you gave, so you get back. It's not like that, or you get hit or you hit back. It's more of you gave from a space of truly where you felt, and so that's what you become more. And so that's how I feel about anything given overflowing this place. So thank y'all so much. And it's all love, G. Look.
All right. I'll try not to be so shiny. And so, Wednesday was a rough Wednesday. So I'll try to come at you a little bit better next time. But, sometimes that's how shit be. Sometimes, fuck you. You can't take a joke.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
we'll be
yeah,
back in there. But,
yeah.
to our sponsors, to Gray Area,
It's
the
all good.
hats. You guys been asking about the hats, the colors. We do custom colors and all that stuff. But have a great day and just try to operate in faith and work on your faith. And we'll come back with that.
See, you like to blame them onions when you cry, but you so sweet, now them onions caramelized. You been asleep, I guarantee I open eyes. Warrants and warranties I can't pronounce. Yeah, I showed up in this world unannounced. Solid gold was the throne I renounced. Lost myself just to